Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match football show on the internet. We're coming off the back of the Manchester United game. It was Manchester United 0, West Ham 0. Not a boring 0-0 draw though. It's full of incidents, loads to talk about today. Right, let's get straight into the game. I've got a couple of things to mention after about managerial positions and things like that, but we'll get straight into this game. Line-up, let's go for the line-up first. We never do this, do we? We never start with it's normally Graham going like, and in the 89th minute Antonio put a ball through, but no, we're going to start from the beginning today.
I just get excited, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No Lanzini.
They said he picked up a little injury, but it's only a couple of days. He'll be back by Stoke.
That's a good thing.
He just weren't fit for yesterday.
For yesterday, obviously, like the long-term injuries. What's happening with Enna? Is he coming back next week?
Apparently he's meant to be back Stoke game.
Yeah. Really?
Whether they're rushing back, but we need him back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be good to see him back.
Right, I know we're going to the game and other injuries and all that, but we're creating enough chances.
Yeah, we ain't finishing them.
That is the downside. Yeah.
He's a striker.
He's a striker, yeah.
Sorry, Scott.
The flip side.
I don't think we should rush him back.
No, I know what you mean, but it'd be good if he's fit. Billich is not the sort of person to rush someone back. He proved that of Andy Carroll.
I think with Stoke are a physical side at the back, and I wouldn't think it'd be a good idea to rush.
Man United first.
No, I'm just saying. No, we'll just talk about Billich.
0-0.
0-0. All done. We'll leave it there. Yeah. Blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah.
Started 11. Noble straight back in.
Noble straight back in. Yeah. Played very well yesterday.
He did.
I thought the false change with Lanzini. Do you think he would have started if Lanzini hadn't got injured?
Yeah, I think Song was a false change for Lanzini. Yeah, I think Noble would have been straight back in.
Yeah,
but
I can see it.
To me, that midfield, we look stronger in that midfield.
Noble and Song worked so well together yesterday.
Yeah.
And it allowed Chekiote to push forward a bit more.
Song, I mean, we'll go into this in a minute, but Song had a bit of ring rustiness at times, give a ball a couple of, but he ain't played for 6 months. I didn't realise it was that long.
It's still though, he's first touch to take a ball away from players is fucking brilliant. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you one thing with Song. When we get Song and Payet in the same 11, you wait and see then. That's when you'll notice, because the intelligence of Song will just rub off on Payet brilliantly.
We were saying that yesterday, weren't we?
So let's go. We'll talk about that a bit later. But
Tompkins at right back.
Tompkins at right back. Yeah, in for Jenkinson.
I think, right decision.
Right decision.
Yeah.
Bit of a risk. I thought.
I don't think he was. No, I don't think he was. I think Tompkins.
Season, so no,
Jinx was. He's had a bad couple of weeks, so maybe dropping him might give him a boot up the arse now. I think Tompkins played really well yesterday.
He always has so.
Yeah, and I think he will start next week against Stoke. Solid, like you said. Stoke.
I think he solidifies it. Tompkins is more of a Jenkinson's more of a attacking. He's sort of like he's good defensively, Jenkinson, but not great.
No. Jenkinson suited us last season when we
were
forward. Bombing forward. We don't bomb forward like that under Adams.
He worked well having Downing in front of him, didn't he?
And I think that's why, like you said, that Tompkins in there does solidify it a bit. Like I said, we haven't kept a clean sheet with Jenkinson playing.
It's alright, he kept his place. Did he start last week? He did, didn't he?
Yeah, he started last week.
Kept his place.
He scored that free kick, didn't he?
Yeah, I know. I do remember, yeah.
That tap in.
Again, Zarate was always going to keep his place. The simple reason is that he
couldn't drop him.
Yeah, there's nowhere else.
He couldn't drop him anyway. But,
but it's a very full side. So Jenkinson dropped to the bench. That was the only really enforced change that he made. We started the game. Was you confident looking at the lineup? Was you think even with Lanzini? Because I looked at it, I thought Lanzini's a big.
Yeah, when I see Lanzini in the starting lineup, I did think to myself, he was the one person that you think would make something happen. But I still think we had a good enough team to win the game.
Us out there
we've still got good players out there that can win the game.
You compare it to last season. You look at the injuries with Valencia, Sacco and all that, and the lineup that we would have had out last season, with Lucy, we would have had Joey O'Brien playing left wing or something like that.
Centre back.
That's how we.
And as well, Andy Carroll starting yesterday as well. Thought he played really well.
He did,
He
did. But he'd done a lot of unselfish.
But not only that, we played it to his feet. And he got to show, he ain't just about lumping it in the air. And again, we'll move on to this later. But there's times in that we play the ball to him. And no one gambles. No one. I don't know why.
I noticed that yesterday in the second half.
Yeah,
I know I'm going but there was one bit where he headed it down, and Antonio was so far away from him, and Carroll just got up and he just shouted him and said, "Look, come closer. You got to get closer to me."
Song done that in the first half. He was looking at Moses to make the run, and Moses started coming, and then the move broke down. We lost the ball, and he's screaming at Moses, "Go wide!" Because it just stretches him.
Yeah.
And that's what we need.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
we
get on to the game.
Yeah,
It was a game.
0 minutes. No, I'm joking. So we start the game. Very controlled performance, I thought, from West Ham.
First real chance was the Moses one.
Moses' chance. Yeah, he goes.
They had a half chance, didn't they, early on, right near the beginning.
Yeah,
and then obviously Moses.
Yeah, but we had that shot was on target.
I think most of their chance, apart from a couple that we'll talk about later, I thought most of their chances were just half chances.
They never had anything.
They was just shooting from distance. Like the old Man United teams, they'd get it in the box and knock it about, look for someone in there. They're just shooting from anywhere now, hitting and hoping. Like they had 21 shots yesterday, one on target.
I mean, the things they had sort of first 15-20 minutes, they had a lot of the ball.
Yeah, but
it was all.
They was doing nothing with it. They were shifting it from backwards and forwards.
No one was
coming forward.
Let them have the ball if they're going to do that.
I'm sure they've had more possession than any other team.
But I think that's what we do well this season, is where we let them have the ball in non-dangerous areas. As soon as you see like the ball coming forward, and I was saying to him yesterday that we don't do this every week. We only seem to do this against the big sides. But as soon as they start coming into the dangerous areas, we sort of hunt them in packs. You know what I mean? They're hounding them, and they're there to get the ball from. Nicked it a couple of times in important positions and things like that. You know, why are we doing that against the big teams but not the little teams? You know, because we against the smaller teams like the Watfords and the
West Brom.
Yeah, like why are we putting in that sort of performance against United? And then letting teams like that roll us all over the place.
I suppose everyone ups their games against the big teams, don't they? It's underestimating the lesser teams, which we should never do.
No.
I think we did look more solid defensively.
Winston Reid was man of the match for me yesterday.
With a back four and then them three sitting in front of that back four, it made it hard for Man U to play.
Yeah.
I mean, if Israel had a lot of the ball, I was confident. Like at no point did they look like they were going to get behind us.
I think in the first 20 minutes they probably had like 60% possession, but done nothing.
Because it was all backwards. It was all side to side. Back.
So then the chance does fall to Moses. He's got to score them, surely. I mean, he's one-on-one with the keeper.
I think it was a good save than a bad miss from what
he did seem to take
it in a replay. I think
he's hitting straight at him, isn't he?
Yeah, but De Gea was straight at him, so he only had that bit to aim for.
Go round him? Hold on, went round him.
Yeah, I mean, but it's
do you think
how you react and it's instinct, isn't it?
Right. Now Moses ain't had the best couple of games lately. Right. Do you think Moses, back when he scored against Man City, the confidence he was on then would have buried that?
I don't think he's the greatest finisher. I honestly don't. I mean, you saw that against Newcastle.
He hit the crossbar.
When he hit the crossbar, you know, I don't think he's the greatest finisher of the ball. He can hit them from distance. I mean, the one against City was if he hit 100 of them, one to go in, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. But I don't think he's the greatest finisher. He's got good trickery. I thought he had another poor game yesterday. I don't think not poor as in he was piss poor, but at times I thought to myself, his industrial sort of work.
I think he gets knocked off the ball too.
His industrial work is good, but his sort of attacking play, he goes past his man and then he runs into fucking four others. You know what I mean? Where he should be going out wide and trying to get a ball in. He's industrious. He can make something happen. Yeah. But 9 times out of 10, when it comes to the final pass or the final ball or the final decision, he's sort of lacking, and I think that's why he's not making it at Chelsea. And I think that's his. That's
the thing is, though, if Sacco would have been playing yesterday, he'd have been right up there with him. So he could have probably rolled it across, and Sacco could have tapped it in, but he wasn't.
For me, again, we've got Carroll on the pitch, and we didn't put in the crosses that were for Carroll.
No.
Smalling done really well against Carroll, I thought.
Oh, at times he had him in his pocket, but I think it was sort of like a ding-dong. I thought it was 50-50 in terms of like the battle. Smalling's a good defender. He's probably at the minute he's probably England's best defender, and you know, there's times when he ate Carroll up for breakfast, but there's times when Carroll was knocking him around a little bit. You know what I mean? So I think it was a good little battle there up front.
I mean, you saying about us not getting the crosses in, it wasn't the sort of game where we was going to get a lot of ball down the lines to whip the crosses in.
No,
we was playing a counter-attacking game.
When we didn't get the ball in, and when we did get the ball in, we had one body in the box. Because then you go on, we move on to our next chance. Creswell's got the ball out on the left, puts a ball in that's screaming out to be attacked at the front post.
De Gea spilt it, didn't he?
Yeah, no one attacked.
That was comical, the way that Zarate hit the post. It's sort of like the defenders cleared it. It's hit Zarate on the edge, hit the post. Like.
That's what I mean. But again, if Sacco's playing, Sacco's attacking that ball.
Yeah.
And, you know, like Carroll's gone to the back post because he's the big target man. That's where he should be going. So Zarate should be attacking that at the front stick, and he doesn't. And it's only the fact that.
But he's not a natural striker, is he?
No,
he hasn't got that instinct. Like someone like Sacco.
He's a player that wants to score.
I know what you mean.
I think he's better like when he's running at play.
Yeah, but
that's more his style.
He's better coming in off the wings and shooting.
Gambling, isn't it? It's anticipating that maybe this keeper.
But I think that's what makes Mauro Zarate's a good player. He's not a great player, but I think that's what makes the great players great players. Is the fact that they can see everything 2 steps ahead. They can see, you know, if De Gea spills that, where it's going to go, where he needs to be. You know what I mean? Like the likes of Michael Owen and Alan Shearer and that, they would know.
They'd be there thinking.
Yeah.
Have a gamble.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I think that's what makes. And Mauro Zarate isn't a great, but he's a very good player. I like him. He's greedy at times. He frustrates.
He holds on to it sometimes too long, and he tries to take a player on again when he's already gone past him. Like I don't know what it is, but like we said before, I feel if he thinks he scores, he starts the next game. He's that sort of player.
Probably once he gets a run in the side, he might make him a bit unselfish.
He's getting better.
He's a good player. I mean, when he gets on the ball, you feel like something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I like players that cut inside and want to have a go.
I don't really understand what his natural position is.
I think his best position would be out on the left of the 2 strikers, so he can cut in and here with his right.
He likes doing that.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That's good. That's good. Lanzini done that up at Sunderland, and everyone was moaning, but him doing that got us a goal because the keeper spilled it.
Exactly.
You want players to do that. Why knock it about all the time? Have a shot. You never know what's going to happen.
It's mixing it up, innit? You don't do the same thing over and over again. You mix and match.
But then again, if Payet, Lanzini, all them fit, Zarate probably wouldn't start.
No. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't.
But he's a good person to bring on.
Exactly.
So you've got a bit more depth.
Again, you look at that. You look at Carroll. You look at Zarate. If you're chasing a goal with 20 minutes to go, you bring them 2 on. You got one that no one's going to want to try and mark because he'll batter you, and then the other one who's got enough trickery. When you're tired, you're going to bring him down and give away a penalty or a free kick. And the free kick takers we've got for a minute, we're going to be dangerous from every set piece.
The next incident in the game was a stamp. It was Mauro Fellaini.
Blatant stamp.
I called it at the time. It looked like to me it was over the other side. It looked like to me went over the ball. It went a bit unnoticed, which you can't really blame the referee for not seeing it. It wasn't in front of the linesman because I never saw it blatantly. But you know, the way Tompkins went down and the way he was clutching his, I knew something had happened. I knew something had happened, and he's got a history of it. And I thought he's done him now. He's done him, and he's got away with him.
And could avert him.
I think the reason why he got away with it was Fellaini's reaction. He just sort of like walked off and went and got the ball, and he ain't done nothing.
Personally, I thought it was because Clattenburg's a shit ref and it was at Man United. Because if that was the other way round, Tompkins done that on Fellaini, Tompkins be walking.
He's a poor ref.
Thing is, I just think Fellaini, like my guy's he's great, but he's a scumbag. He's a dirty bastard.
Right, if someone done that the other way around and snapped that geezer's leg, brilliant. Because he's such a dirty bastard, and he does don't all the time. You get players like Dixie. They used to call Dixie a dirty, and Dixie was a bit dirty, but at least you knew he was dirty. Fellaini,
he was dirty. He just put a tackle in.
Yeah, but Fellaini
snided.
And that's it. And that's what I don't like. When I'm sure we played him a couple of years ago, he elbowed someone in the face.
You can see him doing it.
Yeah, he did.
He's looking behind him like that, looking. Where
George McCartney or someone like that.
I just hope that he does it to someone, and then the next tackle, the geezer does it back to him, and he. Same with Roy Keane, one of them tackles, just break his leg and fuck him off. Fucking can't stand that geezer, I tell you.
Time
Yeah,
for Scotty
I
Ran-
don't
time
like
for Scotty
No,
Ran- go on.
it's just I don't like it.
Carry on.
If you're going to be a tough tackling, dirty player, then fair enough. But don't be trying to be snidey about it the way he is and play him all the innocent.
Fucking Team-Wolf looking prick.
Knock that hair off the back of his head.
Back of Scott, come on back the front. Give me that shit. I don't like the
But
violence, Scott.
I just don't like it.
Horrible, innit?
Yeah.
Nah,
And you know what frustrates me about. We talk about this about how poor Man United are. I mean, that was poor. They are poor.
They're the worst.
poor
You were
team.
saying it to me during the game. They look like a mid-table sort of team. They've got nothing about. Don't get me wrong. I think if Rooney was playing yesterday, he would have made that little bit of difference for them.
Of
Maybe
course,
finished
yeah.
off one of them chances. But that team they had out yesterday was a poor Man United team. And to think that they're near the top of the league shows
It's
what a
amazing.
weird season this is.
It's amazing how they're like what they're.
Do you know why? Because they don't concede.
That's it.
He's made them
Getting a lot of
difficult
draws.
to score against, but they're not.
They only conceded one goal at home this season, and we could have scored 5 yesterday. We could have scored 5 yesterday.
I've used it before. I'm sure we use it with Tottenham, but they've got a bit exciting. It's George Graham's Arsenal again. So it's the Man United version
It's not.
of Arsenal. It is.
It's not. No, it's not. It is boring. It's not George Graham's Arsenal because George Graham's Arsenal played a bit of football. They don't play football. Their main focal point of their attack is just to lump it up to him and hope it sticks on him.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10 it does because he's such a big airy lump of shit.
I think
It just no, it does honestly, and it just sticks to him, and that is their vocal point. I mean. We'll go through this a bit later about the money they've spent and what Van Gaal's was, but let's go on. Sorry, Rob.
No, I was going to say, Sir Alex Ferguson must have been sitting in that stand yesterday, looking down that team, thinking, all the hard work I've done has just gone.
Pissed out.
Now they've got I know they've been trying to rebuild for a couple of years now, but because you look at the teams they've had over the years, they've never replaced the Beckhams. They've never replaced Ronaldo and things like Keane's, but they had good players. Like even when they brought Van Persie in, they won the league. But since they've got average players.
Well, the thing is, they've got some good players in there, but Van Gaal's not playing to their strengths.
And
He's just got a system,
not only that,
and he's
a lot
fitting
of
the players to the
they've
system.
signed since Moyes have been good players in not so good teams.
Average players.
Yeah.
They're not world-class players.
No.
Like you look at the Chelseas and the Man City, they signed world-class players.
Man U haven't.
Man United don't. They get average players. Like Fellaini was at Everton. They've done well at Everton, but he's not a world-class player, is he?
He fitted the way Everton played,
Yeah.
and that's why he got the goals that he did and was as good as he was at Everton.
He was
But,
a Moyes man as well,
That's
wasn't
it,
he? So
yeah.
that's the only reason he ended up at Man U.
you know, Schneiderlin at Southampton, he was superb. Doesn't suit Man United. You know, Schweinsteiger, that's a waste of money to me.
Yeah.
But getting back to the
Nothing
game
yesterday,
anyway.
did he? Schweinsteiger done nothing.
Nah, we had a couple more chances. We could have gone in quite easily 3-0 up.
Same as last week.
Yeah.
Could have gone in 3-0
Winston
up.
Reid at the post with an header.
Yeah, yeah.
Great ball in, done really well to win it.
But before that, what a block from what's his name? What's their striker's name again? I forgot his fucking name now.
Martial.
Martial, yeah. When he had that chance and Winston Reid just chucked his body in front of it.
Very, very James Collins-esque.
Oh mate, he was the man of the match for me
He's superb.
yesterday.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. He's getting better and better every game, and I think the last 2 games he's been solid because he's had Ogbonna next to him. Ogbonna was unbelievable yesterday as well.
Yeah.
It's that he's got that intelligence,
Yeah.
isn't he? He's more, again, the ball player.
You see him, he
reads the
gets it
game
on the
well.
floor and he wants to run it out, like what Rio used to do.
Exactly.
You know, and
Totally agree with you.
that's what I like. Reed's the one who's going to block and chuck his head in.
he'll
Ogbonna's
play
going
it
to get
out.
it down and he's going to walk it
A
out.
lot like you look when Bilic was playing. It's a lot like the Bilic and Reaper combination.
Yeah.
Bilic was the ball player one, and Reaper
And
was the one that just.
Bilic, remember, played with Rio for a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
as well, you know, so he's sort of got a combination of them two. Like, but I like Ogbonna, he played really well yesterday.
Yeah, I thought the back four were.
I thought Creswell played really well as well. Tompkins, I can't complain about anyone yesterday.
No,
the only one was probably Moses.
Yeah, we lost him as well. That was the first half, wasn't it? We lost.
Yeah.
But then even saying that, we're saying old Moses, but it wasn't the worst game I've seen him have.
No, definitely
by a long
not.
shot.
I don't think anyone had a bad game. And then let's talk a little
We
bit.
lost him quite early.
Let's talk a little bit about the man, the myth, the legend that is Antonio. Second decent appearance.
Got over it about an hour.
He got about an hour yesterday. What did you think about him? What did you think about his performance? Me personally,
Yeah.
I thought he looked like rabbit in headlights at the time. But saying that, I can see the traits there that can make a very good player.
Yeah, I think there was a couple of times yesterday. I mean, the ball he put in for Zarati's chance to lay off to put it into Carroll with a good ball. He was running up and down. He'd done a few good tackles, winning the ball back. But like you said, you think he hasn't really played for us this season, and then he's playing an hour at Old Trafford in front of 75. It's probably the biggest crowd he's ever played in front of. So,
like you saying, like, I thought he was a very willing runner, and you're saying like sometimes he'd look a bit like rabbit in headlights, but he didn't shy away. He wanted the ball.
No.
He always wanted the ball, and he was prepared to run at players.
He looked rusty.
Yeah,
I can
say.
But maybe, he hasn't had any match practice,
exactly,
and that could be thingy. What I would do with him, I would honestly look at putting him out on loan.
I was just about to say
for the rest of the season.
To me, he's got to start next week.
Yeah, I'm on about we can't loan him out until January, but if we bring in a couple of new players in January, like this winger we've been linked with, Toure, where maybe send him out to Championship club.
To be honest, if we're going to bring in another winger, I think they'll sell him.
I don't think they're selling him. He's got, but like Nicky said, he's got potential there. You can see it.
He's got the raw tools, definitely.
He's built for a Premiership player.
He's big, he's fast, he's strong. I think he can make it in the Premier League.
Then again, if you're saying we need a winger back, bring Jarvis back. They ain't got to send no money.
God forbid.
You forget about him, but we have got Jarvis still. But I think we will sell him to Norwich.
I think he'll probably go in January.
I agree with Nick. I think he's got enough about him. I think there's a lot of areas to improve on, but then he was willing, he was keen, he wanted the ball.
But then again, would loaning him out dent his confidence a bit?
You just have a word with him and just say, look, I want you to play some football. You're not getting
you're in my plans.
Yeah, you are in my plans. I can see you've got the talent.
Yeah.
But we need to get you to play some football. I can't just keep him. I don't want to. It's not fair on you to be.
The thing for him as well. Though,
I'm sure a lower Premier League side will take him. I'm sure someone like Bournemouth would fucking snap your hands off at the minute, especially with their injuries.
I think someone like Villa or someone like that. You know,
I think
Villa.
With him as well. I think maybe he looks at it that he ain't expecting to get on either. You know, barring coming on against West.
He wasn't ready, was he?
He ain't had a sniff.
He
believes in his talent, so he's always prepared to play.
Yeah,
any football player is.
It's that confidence, isn't it? If you look at that and you've been signed, and you're doing what you do.
What you got to realise,
signed, and all of a sudden you're not getting a sniff.
What you got to realise is he's a young player. He's come from Nottingham Forest and he's playing at a big Premiership club. All this new state.
And let's look at the teams he's come on against. Manchester City.
Yeah, Man City.
West Brom last week at home debut. You know, nerves are probably running.
10 minutes.
Yeah,
you can't really do a lot.
You can't really do a lot. And then the next one, he plays an hour at Old Trafford.
And the gutting thing as well. We couldn't get a full 90 at Leicester because he was cup tied.
Yeah.
So he hasn't really had the chances. Maybe the FA Cup coming up. If we don't loan him out, he'll get a few. If we go on. You know, in the rounds, but
draws tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow night. Yeah.
No,
I agree with Nick. I think like maybe a bottom half Premier League side.
I think someone like Bournemouth would. Snap Chelsea. No, but a bottom half Premier League side would snap your hand off for him. I think, especially Bournemouth, someone like Bournemouth, because they're just crying out. But they've had really unlucky with injuries, really unlucky. But
then I suppose that depends who we bring in January. If we're bringing another winger, yes, you can't loan him out because he's an option still. You know, we haven't got many wingers.
You're getting to January. Payet's still out. Sakho's still going to be out.
Sakho's going to be out to about March time, isn't he?
It's going to be back.
I don't think we're seeing him for the rest of the season.
Sakho.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to loan people out. I think it's going to be hard for us to win because who are we going to get off the wage bill? Joey O'Brien. Well, he's not going to be on
that's 15 quid saved.
That's what I mean. It's not going to be a huge amount of money.
No, but you
so, I would look at getting Yelovich off the wage bill. That's who I would look at getting off the wage bill.
Who have we got in on loan?
Surprised he didn't come
Moses.
Moses is on loan. Song's signed.
No, Song's on loan. He's on loan for 2 years.
That would be done. Right, so
greatest deal ever by the chairman.
Yelovich is signed.
Took him on a 2-year loan.
Yeah. Someone else who got Lanzini's on loan.
Lanzini, but Lanzini might be signed permanent in January, so then that won't count as a loan.
We can't sign another Premiership player on loan, I don't think.
No, probably not.
We've got Jenkinson and Moses. So
but we've got that. That's what I'm saying. They're looking at that Besiktas winger, aren't they? And at the moment, I think we're the only country in the world that want to sign Turkish players, so we might get him.
But we were saying yesterday, weren't we, and travelling back, no one seems to take a gamble on sort of championship level players anymore. You know, there might be
there's a reason.
I think you can take Well, let's go on to the second half because we've
got one more incident in the first half.
Have we?
Winnie Reid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, was that the first half?
Yeah,
First
first
half,
half, yeah.
Oh, here we go then.
Obviously, Schweinsteiger has problems with people touching him because all Reedy's doing is getting touch tight and complaining.
Yeah, but you're like that on a night out.
And then the ref says to him, cut it out, and Reedy's like, well, I'm doing this being touch tight. Reedy does it again, and then Schweinsteiger smashes him in the
Dirty
throat.
bastard.
Clattenburg bottled it there.
Massively. It's a red card.
Yeah, he didn't book him. He didn't even book him. He had a word with him, didn't he?
Do nothing. And
Shambles.
you know, to me, it's Clattenburg, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's all you need to say, Clattenburg.
And the people say like about the FA, it's things like that you don't get booked for. And Noble got sent off at Liverpool for winning the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
That's things like that wind people up like referees.
It doesn't do us any favours.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't do us any favours.
No.
But because he didn't get booked, they can now look at that and say, right.
Ref missed out.
They need to. I don't care if you're Man United or Fleetwood. You've got to look at things like that.
I'll totally agree with you. Right, the Fellaini stamp's got to be looked at. And that's instant.
He didn't get booked for that either, did he?
No. Right, I'll tell you one thing now.
They both won.
It's Man United. The FA are not going to do any.
They'll probably
Man
fine
United,
us.
Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea.
We'll get a fine somehow for Reid going down.
They'll ban Reid for diving or something stupid like that. They will not look at that incident whatsoever. The FA, when it's Man United and Arsenal, they're up their own arse, aren't they? They love them, so they won't touch them. It's the big problem
with media
with
darlings.
It's the big problem in the media and the FA.
Fuck them.
So there should have been 2 red cards. We should have been 3-0 up.
If we bloody
that could have been a 6-0. We could have had revenge from that time when I had to throw my wig when Bowley got a corner.
Oh yeah, where Phil Neville fucking chipped. Was it David James, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll never forget that day.
I can remember that.
It could have been revenge. We could have had them rolled over nicely.
But
it wasn't to be.
We had a few chances.
Oh, we had enough good chances.
No, I mean, like,
I think we had the better chances by
definitely.
far.
First half,
Don't get me wrong. Was it a save by Adrian, that one, when he could have tapped it in, or was
I think it was. It looked like it.
What one?
In the first
that's
half.
the second half, isn't it?
Second half.
Second half, yeah. When Martial.
Yeah, when he could
that
have
was
just.
great
It was a
save.
tap-in. Yeah, it was just
Great
a tap-in.
save.
Fellaini.
Was it? Yeah, it was Fellaini.
Whoever it was.
But yeah, great
He
save
just
by
smashed
Adrian.
it was middle of the goal.
And
everywhere to aim for.
I'm sure.
And Adrian just.
But that would have been typical West Ham to lose that game 1-0 yesterday.
Was that after the Zarate miss?
Yeah.
Not long after it?
Yeah.
And that, I'm sure that was the only thing Adrian had to do leading up to that. I know they had a few more chances later.
Modelling the new goalkeeper kit.
Which they look very smart, by the way.
Yeah, but why halfway through a season they do that all the time? I remember when I was young, when I used to buy the kits and things, I remember we had a lovely sun kit. You remember the one with the
blue one with the sun on it,
yeah. And then halfway through the season at Christmas they brought out a black one.
Yeah.
Oh, with a tick. I had that one,
to be
mate.
fair, I think the goalkeeper's kit's go. That's a lot better goalkeeper.
That was a nice kit.
I thought it was
I thought he had the third kit on at first.
I just think it's a bit of a liberty. They've got 3 goalkeeper kits, haven't they?
money making, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
what it
but
is.
Jesus Christ.
Farewell
almighty.
bowling.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
We're going to have 8
It wouldn't surprise me if they changed the home away and third kit at
We're
Christmas.
going to have 18 different kits by the end of the season.
Yeah.
But that considering they hadn't had a lot to do, that's a great save.
That shows the signs of a world-class goalkeeper.
Good concentration level.
Yeah.
And you know what I like about Adrian, because of that chance. You know what I like about him, about our. It's easy for a goalkeeper to lose confidence quickly. You know what I mean? You could be magnificent. He let one slip under him at Tottenham. Maybe could have saved 2 of them, and. He hasn't let that dent him. He was magnificent last week, like the week after against West Brom. You know what I mean? He got beat by, it was a very unfortunate goal. Yeah, and things like that. But he was magnificent up to that. He made a point blank range save last week, and made another one this week. That's what I like about him. He puts that behind him. You know what I mean? Goalkeepers have a tendency. They do, but they have a tendency. Look at Scott Carson.
Yeah,
look at Scott Carson. That geezer has never recovered from that Euro 2008 qualifier.
Look at Rob Green when he made that mistake in the World Cup.
Yeah,
David James as well.
David James, took him ages to get over it. That's what I like about him. He does not fucking dwell on it. He just thinks, fucking right, that's done.
Oh well, yeah.
I've let that one in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And he just goes out, and next week he'll be magnificent.
Like I said,
you don't see him have many bad games.
Like I said on post-match pint after the Tottenham game, Adrian will win us more points than he'll lose us points. Like, look, the saves he's pulled off in some games are up. If that was Casillas, De Gea, they would be going mad in the media.
I genuinely think he's one of the best keepers in the Premier League. He's susceptible to a little bit of a mad rush, but so was Grobbelaar.
So was Joe Hart.
So was Joe Hart.
I think he's up there with one of the best in Europe.
Yeah. But then you look at players like Bartes. Bartes was a great goalkeeper, but he was another one who always had that mad moment.
Peter Schmeichel.
Yeah, Schmeichel used to have.
Peter Schmeichel had mad moments, and he's been beat. Well, look at when Davor Suker chipped him over and made him look like a bitch. Peter Schmeichel was one of the best goalkeepers of all time. It happens to goalkeepers. I've seen Buffon make mistakes. They all do it. They're not going to save every shot. If they save every shot, whoever they play for is going to win the league.
The thing is, with goalkeepers, it's highlighted when they make mistakes. That's the problem.
Because, like you said, they can play 93 minutes, pull off 20 world-class saves. They let one in. That's all they're going to be remembered for.
Exactly.
And all they're going to remember.
And that's the thing. If you look at yesterday, if he don't make that save, and it trickles under his body, we're sitting here saying, "Oh, for fuck's sake, he let it." Do you know what I mean?
And then you reverse that. A striker could miss 30 chances, but nick one at the end, and he's getting the
hero. Yeah,
that's it. And
that's how he is.
It's just unfortunate with a keeper. 9 times out of 10, you make mistakes in the back of the net.
Same as defender. Always the same as defender. Like you said, a striker misses 10 chances in the game, scores the winner. Defender makes 10 brilliant tackles in the game, accidentally treads on the ball, falls over, and the geezer goes and scores. Everyone forgets about the 10 world-class tackles he's made. It's nature of their job, isn't it?
Right,
where are we up to?
Second half. Yeah, we haven't even started. Yeah, so second half. Few chances for a big one from Zarate. I mean, that's the one that stands out for me. I can't remember too many more. They had a couple, didn't they, Man United? But I can't remember too many. I think we ran out of steam after about 70 minutes.
Yeah, they did get on top towards the end.
Yeah,
that was it. We'd worked so hard, and Song went off. Then Obiang come on.
Song put in such a magnificent performance.
A good shift yesterday. Got 78 minutes out of him. Got
some nice playing time, and apart from a bit of ring rustiness at the beginning, I mean, I thought he looked solid. You know what I like about Song? He always looks like he's got time on the ball.
Yeah.
And he reminds me.
That's what I'm saying. That's down to his first touch.
He reminds me of Carrick, and in like a young Carrick, you know what I mean, like in his prime.
He's still got Carrick.
He's still got it. Of course, he's still got it. You don't lose that sort of thing, that sort of talent. But it's sort of like the fact that you're under pressure, but they look like they've got so much time, and that's difficult.
Like Gerrard used to have. Like you always looked at Gerrard, he looked like he had loads of space because he makes that movement. Like Teddy Sheringham as well. Yeah. He was the same, wasn't he?
He's up there, isn't it? It's the intelligence.
He's a class player. Listen, Alex Song, you don't play for Arsenal and Barcelona in your career, and you're not a good player. You know what I mean?
As well, when he's got the ball, he's always got his head up, and like there was times yesterday he was looking. You could see him looking for the ball between defenders, like willing someone to make the run into the hole, and then he was getting.
They wasn't. Our players wasn't willing to do that yesterday, just because they.
And that's why last season, when Alex Song was the good half, he had Saka and Valencia. That's why he was scoring so many goals.
You know what? When them two come back, and they're together, I can see them two playing. I really can.
Saka, Valencia, Payet behind them.
Lanzini, Alex Song.
That's what I said. But the difference is there, like you said, you've got two willing strikers who are willing to run. And then you've got players with the intelligence of Song, the intelligence of Payet.
The thing that also does when you've got two willing strikers, it happened a lot when they played together last season, is it splits defences.
Yeah.
And it creates massive holes in the
I always remember the Man City home game. When we beat them 2-1 last season, then Valencia, I just remember Zabaleta spinning. They didn't know what was going on, and they were just
Tottenham last year.
Yeah, and Liverpool at home as well.
Look at the ball for Sacco. I still think it was a cross. He'll probably say it was a shot because he's a striker, but just the ball into that area.
Yeah.
Again with Carroll, taking that away from Carroll, because again I thought he had a good game yesterday, and he got a lot of unfair criticism. Carroll can't do that.
Did he get criticism?
Yeah, he got criticism.
People criticise him because he could go and score a hat-trick. He could go and score a hat-trick and people still criticise him. He don't win one header
and people criticise him.
I thought he was magnificent yesterday.
I thought he played well.
As I said to you earlier, it was the Carroll of this is what I can do when you play the ball to my feet.
But you've got to remember, he's up there on his own. And we've said before, he's not a striker player. He hasn't got the pace to be a striker.
I just thought he'd give the country's best defender at the minute a battle.
And it's not only that, it was his defensive as well.
Yeah.
He was working back, he was chasing balls
that one
down.
when he chased it.
Off his own header.
But people don't look at that. They look at him fucking up a pass.
Yeah.
Because you get the people that hate players, like you with Nolan. You look at the bad things he does.
I don't know. Nolan, as we said, championship-wise, superb. First season back into the Premiership, superb, right? Nolan,
and the second season.
And a second.
He was all right in the second.
No, the second slot. We'd have been relegated without him.
Right, but then with Nolan, it was because he was in the team because he was Sam's man, and all I was getting at there was players who should be starting over him. Right, he weren't my cup of tea. He weren't my favourite player, and then
he was my cup of tea.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It was just his body failed him in the end. He's got age caught up with him, and that is the only reason. Yeah, I understand what you're saying about he kept on getting picked, but. You know,
went down to bare bones.
Yeah, but that's
not all the time. No, not all the time. I'm not even going to say
he was getting picked when players who should be playing.
Yeah, not all the time he was down to bare bones, but I could see why he was putting faith in it because the geezers never let him down.
That's it, but we could see that
Nolan's form last season was down to Carroll not being fit. But when them two were together,
you say that, yeah, but then
I just did.
No, but then you don't set up a team to say right.
But that's the way we played.
Yeah, no, that is the way we played. But
we had that for 4 years.
Carroll's not fit, yeah, and you're saying Nolan plays because Carroll plays, then you can't play other them.
I'm gonna go for a Jimmy.
Carry on. Carry on.
No, that was it. We just, that is it. But with Carroll, it is like you said. People pick when he makes a mistake. We saw it last week against West Brom. West Brom, he won the ball 90% of the time in the air. He misjudges a jump, or the geezer out jumps him once. People will start getting on his back.
Yeah, no,
I think people are doing it with Noble as well this season because he's captain now. He stands out more.
Be fair,
fucking hell, would you piss yourself walking there? Run down your leg.
To be fair with Noble, people have done it this season.
Yeah,
even when he was playing well, people would do it.
Listen. You've all got players. You've got players that you rate, like Jarvis. I think Jarvis is. I don't like Jarvis. I've never rated him. I think he's the biggest waste of money since Savio. And I don't like Jarvis. But people are like that. We're never all going to like the same people and hate the same people. You're never going to get that. You know, everyone's got their people that they like. I like Noble because he's a West Ham boy. You know, he's come through the ranks. He's been in the first team for over 10 years now.
He's living every West Ham supporter's dream.
Nolan for me was the reason we come up back to the Premiership.
In the Championship, I totally agree.
The first season we was back. He dragged us through. The second season, he saved us from relegation. I don't care what people say. That month of February, when he scored them crucial goals against Swansea, Villa away, was down to him and Carroll.
Yeah, that's it, him and Carroll.
Because if them two wouldn't have been fit and we'd have had fucking, what was his name? Notarino up.
Notarino was a centre midfielder.
Yeah, who was the striker? Whatever his name was. We wouldn't have stayed up with him.
No, of course not.
Of course not, we would have gone down.
I don't know, I quite liked it. We played one game away.
You just liked it, yeah.
Notarino, I loved his
Notarino, he was alright. But yeah, Carroll gets a lot of criticism that he ain't due to him. And you saying how Allardyce set up and the style of play that we played with Carroll and Nolan, the way we set up now isn't the way for Carroll. As we said again,
no, but we've always said
he held the ball up.
Everyone fit, Carroll ain't going to start.
No,
that's just how it's going to be. There's better players than him, and we want to play a different brand of football.
The players are not
he's an option. He's an option.
That's what I said. 20 minutes, half hour to go, and you need to go. You put him on.
But then, does he want to be that?
I would love him. The way they play.
God blimey.
Does he want to sit on the bench? No player wants to sit on the bench.
He won't want to. He wants to play for England. I'm sure that his aim would be he wants to play for England. I'll tell you what, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised in January if he went back to Newcastle. No. I would not be surprised one bit.
Billich rates him a lot.
I'll tell you so, if we sell him in January, right,
I don't think we're selling him.
I don't want to jinx him because I want the guy to stay fit. Right, but we sell him in January, we're stupid.
Yeah, of course we are, because if he's up there scoring goals for Newcastle and we're struggling for goals, you're going to think, what's going on? Why have we got our striker up there saving them from relegation when he could be getting us into Europe?
Exactly.
I wouldn't get rid of him.
No, nor would I.
No, I wouldn't. No. But I'm just saying that I would not be surprised if
you can't keep.
Probably not because maybe not because of Sacco's injury, but if Sacco was fit, if Valencia was coming back next week, it wouldn't surprise me.
Also
honestly.
depends on the options. If Bilic wants to bring another striker in, then he might loan Carroll out. But I think it'll only be a loan.
I think when you look at Bilic bringing Jelavic in, right, you can tell that he likes Carroll because Jelavic is in as a
he does rate Carroll. He does rate Carroll, and he's been patient with Carroll, getting him fit.
And
he
to
hasn't
be
rushed
fair,
him back.
He picked up an injury, has he?
Touch wood,
No, he's our only fully fit striker.
I want the guy.
You know what I mean?
I want the guy to stay fit.
Of course you do. On his day,
But
He's unplayable.
I don't mean to be like. It sounds pedantic and damning to Carroll, but I can't remember the last time he had playing 90 minutes at Old Trafford, playing 90. Did he play 90 minutes last week? Probably didn't.
no,
Did he?
come on.
He come on. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, but playing 90 minutes at Old Trafford and that. I can't remember the last time he had a run of games where there wasn't something going on. Do you know what I mean? He plays a sort of game and then he'll have the next game off with a little niggle injury.
And that just shows you, like, he hasn't been out since he's come back from injury. He hasn't missed a game, has he? He's either been on the bench, come on, started, or whatever. And that just shows that they've been patient with him. Maybe, listen, you can't say he's over his injury crisis.
No,
but he hasn't broke down yet.
No, if he can get to the end of this season without picking up a serious, all right, he may get the odd little knock or something where he has to sit out for a week.
You can get a knock on the shin or something.
Exactly. If he can go through this season without picking up a serious injury, it's massive for him, it's massive for us, and it's massive for England.
Of course, especially with the Euros next year.
Yeah.
This is his opportunity to get a good run of games behind him.
It's just the way we set up doesn't suit the way Carroll plays. But
at the moment, with all our strikers being out, we're going to have to set up like that.
And it's just getting the players around him to know that if he wins the ball in the air, where you've got to be. Like we said, he won the ball in the air, and Antonio was
and that's
miles
where
away
if Lanzini would have been playing yesterday, he would have been there.
He's buzzing around,
You've got to think as well, he hasn't been back from injury that long.
No.
And everyone around him now, every player around him that's playing around him is new to him.
Exactly, they don't know how he plays, and that's the thing.
Payet, when he was playing, he's new to him. Lanzini was alright, he wasn't there long enough to get to know him. Moses, everyone around him. That it's about getting to know each other. It is about gelling. You've got to gel with players,
Exactly, and you look at the start of the season, we would have set up to play with Sacco as a forward, and that's what they've got used to. But Carroll showed yesterday he's good with his feet. The amount of times he took the ball to his feet, he laid it off. A few times he's took the ball in at his chest or the ball in it with his feet, and he's got no one to lay it off to. And then he loses the ball, gives the ball away, and then that's when people get on his back. But if the players ain't up with him,
it's not like that.
There was a lot of times yesterday when players just weren't up to play, but they didn't want to risk it. I can understand that you don't want to risk it because Man United, they're good on the counter as well. So,
but I mean, like Bilic probably said, don't overextend yourself. Keep it solid. So I thought players following instructions.
I think if
all in all,
if we had scored one of them or two of them chances in the first half, then the players may have got up the pitch.
But the thing is, you're saying
at 0-0, you don't want to lose.
No, of course, not Old Trafford.
No, but the thing is, I was never in doubt that we were going to get at least a point there. I was confident we were going to get at least a point.
I think it's one of them ones, isn't it? You're happy with a point at Old Trafford, but you gutted we ain't got 3. Yeah. We should have got 3. And how many times have we been up to Old Trafford over the years, and we'd have been doing a conga if we'd have got a point at Old Trafford like a few seasons ago.
It's not
but now you're disappointed you're coming away there without a win.
But it's a good point. Right.
Of course it is.
Any point away from home's good.
We've gone to now 5 of the top 6 of last year,
and we haven't lost to any of them.
We've lost to Tottenham.
We've only conceded 1 goal.
That's it.
Tottenham.
We've only lost to Tottenham.
Yeah,
and that's a London derby. Anything can happen in London derbies, and let's not talk about that ever again. but and we've played the top 6 because we played Chelsea at home and we beat them. So out of the top 5, we've beat Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea,
and drawn with Man United.
At the top, 5 of the top 6. You've
conceded 2 goals in that.
Yeah,
you're looking at that. That's the 5 so-called biggest clubs in the country. So
apart from Chelsea.
Yeah, but you're looking at that and you're thinking.
I love having a dig at Chelsea, mate. Don't worry about that.
But
we'll get on to them in a minute.
The good thing for me in the performance overall is that Right,
Clean sheet.
Clean sheet.
Massive.
Clean sheet and a point.
We're creating chances without Payet.
Put it this way.
Without Lanzini. Even last week.
If we'd have had Payet, Lanzini and Saka on that pitch yesterday, we'd be talking about a 5-0 win here.
Oh, Lanzini would have had a field day.
My only complaint about yesterday, and the fans up there agree with me, was £4.20 for half a fucking pint. Like that.
Yeah.
What a rip-off that was.
Yeah.
Well, if I have any complaints about yesterday, and I'm going to talk to you about. We'll get onto that in a minute.
Good point.
It's the club in general.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's summarise this game. Not good point, great point.
Great point.
Fantastic clean sheet.
Yep.
Very encouraging to see that we're starting to sort of learn to play without Payet, and we can cope without Lanzini. We're getting down to the bare bones. The injuries are stacking up for us.
Unbeaten in 2 now.
Unbeaten in 2.
Listen, 2 draws, and we should have won both games.
Don't leave him hanging.
Don't leave me hanging, man.
Sorry, man, I didn't see you.
That's how you got to look at it. 2 draws. We create enough chances to win the game.
Yeah.
So.
But then again, I'd rather have won last week and lost yesterday because that'd have been 3 points. 3 points better than 2.
Yeah, it is. But coming off the back of that.
What I think is, when you think about the 2 draws, the West Brom game is sort of a confidence sapper, and I think the Man United draw is a confidence booster.
We need a win, and next week going into Stoke, they're on the back of beating City and Southampton away, so they're flying at the moment. It's going to be a tough game, but we need a win. We need a win. We can't keep getting draws now. We need a win, because before you know it, these draws, you're going to start sliding down that table because other teams are going to start picking up wins.
It's very tight.
It's very tight. I think from us down to the bottom, like to Chelsea, is like 8 points. Chelsea get.
I think there's 4 separating us, and I think West Brom.
Yeah, so it is very tight. It's tight at the top, middle, and bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, every point's a point.
Sounds like a bird I used to know.
But the thing is about this season as well is everything's up for grabs.
Yeah.
We could still go down. Of course we won't, but we could still go down. But we can also qualify for the Champions League. It's exciting. This is what makes it the best league.
This is the best start of the season we've had so long.
Leicester could quite easily win that league.
I know. I don't think Leicester will win it, but I think they're now, the position they're in, they will finish top 6. I think Leicester will finish top 6, and that is massive for a club like Leicester. For a club like Leicester, it's good to see as well, because I like Leicester. They're a good family club. They're a good club, and it's good to see a team like that mixing it up with the big boys.
Not especially when they came into the league last year, and they spent so long down the bottom, and they looked nailed on. Funny enough, it was when they beat us that turned them around. Since then, they've been magnificent.
Since they beat us, they've picked up over 50 points.
But even if you look in that game, we had the chances to win that game. We had the chances. We conceded a late goal.
To be fair, when they beat us, we had the chances to win that game.
Well, at home, but that's what they're doing. They're scoring goals. I mean,
they're similar. They're similar to us, really. They've got Mahrez, who's a world class, he's a great player. Like we've got Payet. I mean, we've got injuries at the moment, but they've got Vardy up there scoring goals. They've got that Drinkwater who sits in there. He's a great player. He's very underrated. He's a good player. Every time I've seen him play, he's a good player. They're just solid all over. They've got Schmeichel in goal. He's like his dad. Back four, they're fucking in their fucking ears and like that. They've got a good team, and it'll be good if they can. The only thing that worries me is they get to January and people come in and start buying Mahrez, buying Vardy.
I don't think they don't need to.
To be honest, I think they're in
but a club like Leicester, if they're offered 30 million, they're not going to turn it down.
I think you have to turn it down. I think for Vardy, you have to sort of look at that sort of money, because he's 28, 29.
And Mahrez as well. If they only paid 400 grand for him, if someone comes in with a 25 million pound thing, they're going to think, we're safe. We can go out and buy 2 or 3 players. But I hope Leicester don't.
It's what their ambition is, isn't it? It's what their ambition is. This
clubs like Leicester have probably got like the same ambitions as us. They just want to stay up. Anything else is a bonus.
So let's talk a little bit about Manchester United as a club.
Yes, let's.
We went up there yesterday, as everyone knows on Post-Match Pint. We like to go outside after games, and we want to give interviews to yourselves, to anyone that would be willing to talk to us. We're not making any money from that. All we're doing is giving the fans a chance to voice their opinions without it being restricted by Premier League, clubs, rules, things like that. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of filming, you know. That's one thing I'm going to say. I don't know the ins and outs of filming film. I don't know the laws, so to speak. But if I walked outside Old Trafford with a camera and I wanted to take pictures, nobody stops me from doing that.
No.
If I walk outside Old Trafford like I was yesterday with a phone, and I was filming the scarf sellers, there was about 700,000 of them walking down the road.
I didn't notice them.
Couldn't find one.
Old Trafford itself, everything about the club is going to go on Instagram or YouTube. No problem. Pull out a camera with a microphone, and then all of a sudden they want to start asking for permits.
Yeah,
I've never heard of a permit. Licences,
IDs, and
things like that.
They was just being arseholes, mate.
It's escorted us from the concourse, where I'm going to give due respect here. Arsenal have let us film around their ground. Spurs kept people behind steward-wise so we could speak to the fans in their concourse. Palace let us do that, you know, refrain from chucking us out. Manchester City let us do that. Sunderland let us do
Every
that.
club,
Every club has let us do that. We walked in the concourse, they chucked us out there. We went outside where we was in nobody's way. We was not causing anyone any trouble. We was
out the way of the exits.
Out the way of the exits. No, nowhere near it. Just by the side of the gate. The guy come over. Where's your official permits? I said, I ain't got no official permit, right? So he goes, well, you have to move on. You have to go and film. You can film over there. Goes over there, films a fan cam, films another fan cam. Halfway through that, a guy comes along, taps him on the shoulder, stop recording. Did he press your button?
No, he just said you got to stop. I said, well, can we finish this? He went, no, you got to stop now.
Stop recording, stop everything, right? So I turned around to him, we turned the camera off, I give him the microphone. I said, what's the problem? He said, the control room have seen you doing this, you're not allowed to do it. Now, I can show you footage of Full-Time Devils, I can show you footage of Up TV, I can show you footage of other United channels that film around there. They've not got permits. I know Sam personally. As far as I know, he hasn't got a permit. I'll ask him tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't. They moved us into a crowd. They sort of chucked us into a crowd where we could do nothing. Nothing. We're sort of merged with Man United fans. We'd have stopped there and started doing it. It would have caused a real problem. A real problem. It would have caused blockages.
I think even, like you said, from the start of the day, the stewards were arseholes. I mean, look, when we went in the ground, you was doing your vlog, you was holding it, and I was standing next to you when I was getting searched about 20 times. I heard him say to you, put your phone away.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, you're holding your phone? Like, what's the matter with these people? You got to go through 4 sets of steward
I didn't
to get in. No, you didn't. Fucking right and all. And then you got about 10 sniffer dogs round you. Who do these people think we are? ISIS? You know what I mean? Who do they think we are?
I mean, you can understand the heightened sense of security because of what happened
in the ground,
in Paris and that. You can understand.
They can stop you filming, right? Because it's private property, right? Because they own their stadium. It's not.
Of course.
It's not.
But they don't.
It's not public property.
Premier League is big business, right?
Yep.
They can stop you from filming the Premier League, but people own the rights to that, right? Yeah. People do not own the rights to fans.
No.
Yeah, that's why we can do what we do. Yeah. We got escorted off that site for filming what?
Our fans.
Yeah, but when you're on public property, right? So as soon as you set foot
off of Newham Council's turn up.
No, as soon as you set foot off of the private ground, you can film what you like. And then it's down to the people who you're filming whether they want you to
consent. Of course.
It's like when you watch Interceptors, when they pull the people, when they blur their faces.
It's because they haven't consented.
They've not consented to have their face shown, but you're allowed to film. You're on public property. You're not on private property. It's a big difference.
The thing is, though, when we went to their neighbours down the road, Man City, their stewards were fine. Their stewards were like. They was helping us, weren't they? Saying, oh look, no, film there, because just come out of the way. And they was fine. And we had fucking hundreds of fans jumping around us, singing and chanting and all that.
Same as Palace. Palace only turned around
and we beat them.
Yeah. Palace only turned around and said, you've got to go, because we had a lot of people around us making a lot of noise and banging on the things, and they wanted to shut doors. But we're not like like you said, we don't stand slap bang in the middle of the exit and make people walk around us. We tuck ourselves out the way so people can see us and we're not causing obstruction. It's just them just being.
I apologise. I do apologise for not getting any fan cams. But once we got moved into the crowd, there was literally nothing we could do. Everyone was mixing together. United fans were getting a bit arsey with us at times as well.
Probably they wanted to beat you back to the car for the trip down to London.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
we did pass more Man U fans on the way up than West Ham. To be honest.
Yeah, so. I do apologise for the lack of fan cams yesterday. I'm really sorry. I would have loved to have got a lot more interviews, but it was really out of our control. I'll be looking into that though. I'll be looking into what they've told me and that. And if it comes across, I said to them yesterday on a Periscope, if it comes that they can't, the next time I'll stand there and fight them. Do you know what I mean? And I mean it.
That's what I said. Unless a copper can move you on.
The coppers were round us and they never said a word.
Never said a word.
As soon as you're on public property, no one can move you apart from the old bill.
Was we on public property? Probably
we was
not.
away from the stand. We was out towards the bit where all the fans
were going. You out the gates of Man United?
We was out the gates.
Old Trafford. Then you're on public property.
No, I don't know.
We'll make up for it.
Put it this way, where we film outside the ground at West Ham, we are on the council's property. We're on public property, so
because we're on the main road.
That's it.
I can't really work it out there anyway. It's a shithole anyway. I don't want to go back there. But yeah, I'll be looking into that. I'll be looking into that. But I do apologise for the lack of fan cams. We'll make up for it at Stoke, and we're going to Swansea, and I'm sure we'll be okay there. Let's have a look at Stoke next week. Stoke coming off the back of 2 fantastic wins.
Great win yesterday.
Yeah. Can we go there next week and get a result?
Yeah.
Can we have
I think we will.
Yeah.
I think we're
struggling at home though, man.
That's our problem. We're struggling at home and we're struggling against the so-called weaker teams, and that's something we need.
I think them beating City yesterday would do us a favour because they'll be confident.
Yeah, but the thing is,
confident.
They said though everyone expecting Stoke to turn up and play the way Stoke play, and yesterday they didn't play the way you expect Stoke to play.
Stoke are transformed, mate.
Shaqiri and Bojan, quality players.
Tough old game.
Shawcross,
Arunatovic, is that his name?
Faneltovic.
Jonathan Waters is always a handful.
He ruined.
Where's Crouch?
On the bench.
Don't play no more.
Somewhere
don't need him.
He's mean.
Not Pulis team anymore. No. Totally transformed.
I think
inside.
It's going to be a tough game. We can win it.
Well, they can play football now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm quite excited about. I'm looking at 2 teams that want to play football.
But we're the same. If you go on the first half against West Brom, we're exactly the same. We want to play football. So it'll be an entertaining game. It could be a 3-2, 4-3 game.
That's it. And the thing is, we
you watch it next week. We're going to post-match play 0-0 at home against Stoke.
One shot on
target.
But you look back at West Brom, their goal was a fluke.
Of course it was.
So you can't, it's just.
But we're going to score fluky goals this season.
Yeah, of course we are. But as we said, we're creating chances. It's not finishing them. That's the annoying thing.
The good thing I want to see is us get through this Christmas period. Now we ain't playing big teams. We're playing teams around us, below us. So that's a good thing. We get through that. We get to January, February, still in the same position. Payout comes back. So whoever we bring in, this will be a good, exciting finish to the season because you don't know where we can end up.
Listen, if the second half of the season is going to be as good as the first half of the season, we're in for a treat.
It's going to be
we're consistently inconsistent.
Oh, yeah.
which is nice.
It just shows though what a difference Bilic has made, because even a 0-0 draw is an entertaining one. I've not been to a game this season and thought.
Yeah. Remember
even West Brom last week.
Games we drew last season. I remember being dire.
Oh mate, I remember watching. Who was it we played at home? No, not Sunderland.
When we beat Hull.
Who was it we played? I think it was Aston Villa at home and we drew 0-0.
Oh,
Sunderland.
I've never ever wanted to leave a game.
No, that Villa game was awful.
Oh mate, I swear it was the worst football game I've seen for a long time.
To be fair, I don't think we've, apart from our performance against the Spuds,
he never really excited, did he?
Every game's been entertaining.
This season.
This season, that's what I'm saying.
But it's the players that have made the difference.
It was an entertaining 0-0 yesterday. And very entertaining.
Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah, there was loads to talk about, loads of whatever. But I'm just saying, it was a lot of incident in it. There was chances, things like that. The only thing that was missing was a red card, which we've got. Oh, God, sorry.
A goal with a red card or two would have been lovely.
Yeah, but. You know, that's the way I think I'm just entertained. I'm happy to go and watch them now. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what's going to happen.
You're paying your season ticket money and you're entertained.
It's like watching Rory's War back in '98. You just never knew what was going to happen.
All surprises first. Someone runs down with a steel chair. You're
But yeah, that's the difference between. Sort of an Allardyce side. You know, with an Allardyce side, you knew what you was going to get.
Exactly.
Village side, you don't know who was going to turn up.
But we've got a good vlog coming up. I can't wait to watch that. That was a good one yesterday, especially all the singing in the car.
Yeah.
Bit of dancing going on, isn't there?
Mate, Graham with his shirt off. One for the ladies and blokes.
Right, shall we put it up there then? Shall we wrap it up there then?
Yeah. Not mention anything else?
No.
T-shirts.
Go on, you can do that.
No, go on, mate. You can point it out. We're modelling.
Right, T-shirts.
Stand up.
Go talk to camera.
Fuck off. What are you going to do? A Lovejoy.
West Ham Fan TV T-shirt, brand new T-shirt. This is just a crew T-shirt, so we probably won't be selling these unless.
Can have them though.
Yeah, people.
If you want them,
we'll be giving them away, and you know, if you want to buy them, tell us if you want to buy a West Ham Fan TV T-shirt. But this is the one I've designed. I'm quite proud of it. Yes, please. Yeah.
In the front.
What's that?
it was all
tomato sauce on there.
That wasn't mine. It was on there when we got it. So do you want me to out the front there?
Yeah, go on then, mate. Yeah.
So like, there's the back.
So. No, show the front first, you twat. Show the front first.
I need to say.
All right, just
Turn round.
Jesus Christ!
Right, go towards the camera.
For fuck's sake!
Right, there's the front.
Mr. Big Stuff.
There's the big.
Who do you think you are?
There you go. Pint
But the 27 will be bigger. These are samples.
This is just a sample that we've got.
We've got a few more designs to come out.
Yeah, we have got a few more designs, but I'm pretty proud of that one. I'm sure that one will do well. He's better than Zidane. And it sums him up. Dimitri Payet, that's first ever Payet t-shirt. The printing is not screen printed. I'm going to point this out if anyone's interested in buying them. They're actually sort of like embedded in the t-shirt. It's very good quality printing.
Not going to come out in the wash.
No, never going to come out in the wash. Very good quality t-shirts. Yeah, West Ham Fan TV. I'm pretty proud of them.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I mean, these are only sample ones. I mean, this will be brighter.
Yeah.
You know, these were just rushed so we can wear something up at Old Trafford, but we're going to get 5 designs out and then.
Yep, store. Set up a store.
Yeah,
and then you can coming in 2017. if it goes.
They could knock down Lakeside and rebuild it quicker than he get a lot of shot there.
2016 we'll have a shot.
I love him.
Yeah, so these t-shirts are going to be coming out, and we're also going to be doing these sort of like in a variety of colours. So it'd be the reverse for these ones. So it'd be like.
To be honest, the original one was the reverse, but they didn't have the claret t-shirt.
Yeah. So,
but I think that looks nice.
You can buy it. We're going to offer it in both sets. You can buy the blue with the claret.
Graham is actually modelling the spring collection at the moment.
Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think. If you're not happy with them, make us suggestions. Give comments in the comment section below. But they will be
hoodies as well.
Yeah, all right. We'll sort all that out next week when we actually get them. But so we're starting our very first t-shirt range. Are you excited, Scott?
I'm very excited.
I bet you are. Money grab.
He's like fucking Donatella Versace.
Yeah, but they're coming. It's coming on well. Isn't
it's
it?
nice. We're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and anything else? Anything else?
I think that's it.
No, we've covered it. Go shopping in a minute.
Yeah.
I'll go take my miss out.
Oh yeah, happy
anniversary, Scott.
Slip that one into me. I bet he was sitting there thinking 2 years. Almost mentioned my fucking anniversary.
2 years married.
But yeah,
well done.
2 years ago right now.
Baby on the way.
Yeah.
We're going to have to replace you in the summer.
No, we're not going to be here.
Transfer window opens in January.
Yeah. Loan me out.
2 years ago.
We're loaning you out to Sam.
Loan me out back to the missus.
We're bringing.
Okay, we'll leave it there then. Thanks very much for joining us on this edition of Postmatch. It's a long one. I don't know how long it's going to be because we're going to have to clip some stuff out. But thanks very much for joining us on this edition of Postmatch Pint. You can join us next week for the Stoke game. As I say, you can visit our online. When's the store going to be ready? How long?
Don't know.
Oh, we'll worry about it.
We'll worry
We've
about
got to
it
get designs done yet.
Huh?
We need to have a meeting first.
What for?
Because we need a meeting. So don't worry about it.
We'll discuss that off camera, right?
Yeah, why not?
You can visit us on our website www.westhamfan.tv. Might even write a newsletter one day.
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, maybe.
I ain't going to take the blame for everything.
Oh, yeah. West Ham fan.
I've got all glasses now.
.tv, youtube.com/West Ham Fan TV. You can follow us on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV, facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV, Instagram West Ham Fan TV, social media everywhere at West Ham Fan TV. And we'll leave it there, boys. One thing left to
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
One thing left to say.
Curry Warriors!
Nick Hilkins, outside Old Trafford, West Ham Fan TV.
Dimitri Payet!
Standing here with Dom. Dom, what did you think about that performance, mate?
I think we absolutely dominated them, and I'm actually leaving Old Trafford disappointed we didn't actually win the game, and you don't say that every day, do you? But on the flip side, I still think it's a very good point away from home. They're not as good as they used to be, but it's still Man United. So.
A very poor Man United side.
Not anymore, mate. Tosser. But yeah, sorry, what's your question again?
Not great as Man United team.
No, it's not. No, they're a terrible side right now.